Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the potential for wintry weather and cold weather, possibly even significant snow across the UK. It's going to be mainly focusing on the southeast, though of course I will talk about other areas which will be seeing cold, wintry and snowy weather over the next few days. And then we're going to kind of not really talk about beyond like Monday, because otherwise the video will be too long. We'll get started with these Met Office weather warnings here. You can see we have the largest one, sorry, is across northern Scotland at the moment. You can see it's all the way from, started on Wednesday and it's ending tomorrow at midday. And you can see here possibly 2 to 5 centimeters, with 10 to 15 centimeters and possibly 30 centimeters as you go to higher and higher ground, but 2 to 5 centimeters at lower levels. That's kind of the general theme as we get these showers continuing to move down from the north. Those haven't stopped yet. And then we have another warning, which will started in this morning, I think, and then it will end tomorrow at midday as well. And that's the possibility of 1 to 2 centimeters at lower levels, or 5 to 10 centimeters above 200 meters. Possibly in the hills and mountains to the south of Edinburgh could be quite a lot of snow, and then possibly further north in this warning as well. We'll look at the radar soon. And then we have this warning for snow and ice across southwest England, Wales, and parts of northwest England, just about getting into the Midlands there as well. And that's where we're going to see frequent wintry showers, possibly a good few centimeters of snow. It's been snowing kind of all day through this kind of area. It snowed quite a lot last night. Most people woke up to a decent covering, I think. And then you also do risk of ice as well. Going into Sunday, we then get what I think is a new snow and ice warning. Yeah, so then there's a new snow and ice warning from 12 o'clock tomorrow until Monday, which is going to be 1 to 2 centimeters, 2 to 5 centimeters possible. So continued showers, except not over high ground. Those two snow and ice warnings stay the same, and we get this new one, probably the most interesting one for many, and that's a yellow snow and ice warning across southern and southeastern England, from 6 o'clock tomorrow until 9 AM on Monday. And you can see here we're looking at the potential for 2 to 5 centimeters quite widely, which is quite interesting, and then possibly 10 centimeters in places, most likely over high ground, but not just over high ground. So that's quite interesting, really. It's a medium impact but very low likelihood, which means the impact, if this event were to occur, which I'll get into in a second, could be very significant, but the confidence on if it's going to happen is quite low. And then you can see by Monday our warnings kind of slow down a bit. If I show you the live weather radar, you can see we have these showers continuing, kind of an enhanced area of showers here, which is formed over eastern parts of Scotland, and that band is kind of going to be moving south through the evening, quite a populated area. So that's where we've got that snow warning there. And then you can also see we have a few showers over more northern areas of Scotland. We have continued wintry showers into parts of Wales, northwest England. Quite a large area of snow here, kind of about to hit parts of Sheffield, Manchester, maybe around Leeds, those kind of areas. A few snow showers moving into the Midlands as well, and then also quite a few snow showers over parts of southwest England. Quite a constant feed, as you can see there. And those are, if we check the weather type, those are mostly snow and sleet across high ground, and then rain down to low levels, but will become increasingly snowy as it gets colder, and then mostly snow over the north. And then if we look at the current pressure observation, you can see we have this low over here, kind of parts of the Irish Sea, and that low is going to be drifting south, potentially bringing more snow events. And if I show you the surface pressure chart, this is right now, that is that low which I was talking about. It's drifting south now. Here it is, and each of these black lines is showing a trough or an area where there's more showers, more precipitation, more snow. And you can see there's our low now drifting through Wales, the Irish Sea. That's going to pivot around kind of along the English Channel. There it is now, and it gains a secluded front. And then what you notice happens, it's a secluded front, it's just about bumping into parts of southern England by early Monday morning, and that could potentially give us some snow. So that's what I'm going to get into now. If I show you let me start off by showing you some of the weather models for for Sunday and Monday. This is the French model, the Aurora model, and if I show you the precipitation type, we'll zoom in here on England. You can see we have those showers across western areas. This is for Saturday afternoon, so it's already happened. And then we have that low drifting south. As you can see, you can kind of see the spin in it. Potentially, we get an area of enhanced lift generating snow over the Midlands. That's definitely a possibility. This could bring a centimetre or so to parts of the Midlands or Wales as well. And then you can see there's our kind of low just in here, showers through the channel. And then notice what happens is we get this kind of enhanced area of precipitation developing. That's our occluded front there. And as it bumps into the south coast, look, we get snow moving inland across parts of southern and southeastern England. And if I show you the total snow accumulation, you see potentially looking at a good few centimetres, especially over kind of parts of Kent and Essex. We could be seeing 4, 5, 6 centimetres, and then there's possibility of having that prolonged area of snow over the Midlands. They're kind of lower confidence on that, to be honest. If I try and so let me show you the other French model as well to get a better idea on agreement. This model, actually, interestingly, it doesn't really have the same thing. So we get that potentially area of snow across the Midlands during Sunday, and then we have that low through the channel, spins up. In this case, it misses a lot of Kent and kind of southeastern England. So it's mainly, it misses a lot of southeastern England, and it's mainly just kind of Kent, but still a good covering, I can imagine there. Potentially 4, 5 centimetres in places, and then maybe some accumulation a bit further west as well. If I show you the UKV model, that's the high resolution metal-fist model, you can see there's an area of showery snow I was talking about. There's our low spinning away into the Irish Sea, and then you can see possibly there's a signal for some snow showers to develop across the Midlands during Sunday, kind of an interesting signal. And if I show you the past model run, you can see we get that same thing I was just talking about. That low spins up suddenly and then moves into kind of moves into parts of southeastern England like that. And if this were to happen, we would have potentially significant snow over a kind of a small area. If I show you the more recent model run to get a better idea of confidence, you can see this one was actually more over parts of kind of Kent and coastal Essex as well. So there's quite a lot of uncertainty on where this low might go. And to get an idea on uncertainty, to try and reduce that uncertainty, what we can do is look at something called ensembles. And so ensembles, it's kind of model run a bunch of different times, and then that gives us a better kind of overall idea. So this is the ensemble set for the French model, the arpège, and you can see this is the average. It's in French, by the way, but hopefully you can understand. So this is the average of all the different model ensemble members for snowfall by Wednesday, I think. And you can see we have green areas across basically all of southeast and central England, indicating the average from all the different members is 1 to 3 centimeters. So that kind of shows you this entire area has a possibility of seeing at least 1 to 3 centimeters. So that is possible, though this is an average, so it's different scenarios kind of averaged out. So that means there's going to be one scenario out of the average which actually occurs. So this is not the best idea to see what actually happens. It's just kind of a rough indication. So if we look at the potential scenarios, here, I'll show you some of them. This one, we have that low developing in the channel, and then it spins up quite significantly. So wrong, I was looking at the wrong one. But you can see how this low in the channel, it spins up quite significantly, bringing a very large accumulation for many areas. You can see the pink stuff is snow. This is one possible scenario. If this were to happen, hypothetically, we'd be looking at 10 centimeters across a large area of kind of England. Another possible high impact scenario would be this one here. That's kind of 10 centimeters across parts of eastern England, southeast England. You can see the low spins up there. Looking at number 20, this is also another kind of high impact one. That low pushes in through the southeast, quite a lot of snow there. If I look, this would hypothetically bring kind of 10 centimeters. And then we also have number 23. This would potentially, this is kind of an illustration of what might happen, is that we still get high impact snow, but as you can see it's a much smaller area, kind of like the UKV from the metal face. Number 34, take a look at that one as well. That's another high impact one with the snow band kind of moving in across the southeast, and then more snow later on the run, but that's too far out to be certain. But you can see potentially that's quite a decent accumulation there as well. So those are kind of the high impact scenarios, and you can already tell there's a lot of difference between each one. So the uncertainty is very high even at this short range, which is going to be Sunday night into Monday. And if we look at, for example, number 4, you can see it's quite different. There's not as much. Number 2, so you can see it's barely even a dusting. The low barely even makes its way into the south. It's kind of showery. So while the potential impacts are very high, the potential, like, other potential scenarios are really kind of quite, like, kind of nothing really happens, if you like. If we look at the latest UKV model, I don't think it's quite come out yet, or actually it has. The latest UKV model kind of illustrates the point that latest one shows basically nothing at all. So the uncertainty is really, really high. If we look at the Arome ensemble set, this kind of shows a similar thing. You can see this is the average. So the anywhere kind of within this zone has a possibility of seeing 1 to 3 centimeters. Though of course, like I said, not all of them are going to be right. There's going to be one eventual scenario which kind of wins out, if you like. So this is potentially some of the high impact ones, 5-10 centimeters through quite a large zone. If we look at number 9 as well, that's quite a lot, but kind of further west. Number 13, you can see quite a lot of snow, but further west as well. So you still get the idea. There's a lot of different model outcome kind of possibilities. And if we look at, for example, number 1, you can see it's a lot less significant. Number 8, for example, not really as much as any of the other ones. Number 13, well, actually that's quite a lot, but I just showed that one. Number 15, similar thing. There's not a lot. So if we look at probabilities, this might kind of do a good illustration of what I'm talking about. You can see that kind of 50 to 60, or almost kind of 75-80% of the ensemble members are showing there is a chance of more than 1 centimeters of snow in this area. Though that's just a chance. And if I go to 5 centimeters, you can also see we have a chance there, especially kind of across higher ground. And so while the possibility of disruptive snow, so kind of 5-10 centimeters, is there, the probability of it actually happening is, as you can see, really low. And the kind of chance, so there's like multiple different model kind of outcomes. Like this, for example, this is the icon, brings basically nothing. And then this is a GFS, brings something, quite a lot actually. So what I'm trying to say is that the chance is there for a lot of snow, but the chance is also there for it to not snow at all. So that's why it's quite confusing, really. And it's really uncertain what's going to happen. So it's just kind of going to be model watching. But I'd say right now, my best guess, I'll just use this map to illustrate, is that we're probably going to get some sort of area, probably going to be this sort of area in here, which has the best chance of seeing significant snow, possibly 1, 2, 3 centimeters. And then we also have kind of this area in here, which also is at an extended risk of kind of seeing snow as well. So if you're in the red zone, I'd say you've got quite a high chance of seeing snow. If you're in the blue zone, you've got a pretty high chance, but uncertainty is just too high. So I'll try and have a video out by tomorrow evening. I'm busy all day Sunday, but hopefully I'll have a video out by tomorrow evening with probably a live update. And hopefully for the snow lovers in the southeast, by Monday morning, we see a good accumulation of snow. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice